I've been up to be this hardcore.
Are you man enough to be this hardcore?
Hello people, Tony Diamond today here, and welcome to this week's blog. I haven't done one of these in a couple weeks, so I thought I would sit down and do one. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I really enjoy doing them. I've been doing a lot of training for USPSA shooting season. I've got one match in the books, and that was pretty exciting, and I did very, very well. It felt good. My mind seemed to be in the right place. The mechanics of everything I was doing seemed to flow really well, so I was pretty excited about that, but with me, I'm only as good as my last match or my last dinner or whatever, in the cooking world. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about dry firing. I've had a couple of questions about dry firing, why I do it and why I do it so much. Well, the reason I do it so much is because anything you do or anything that I do, I want it to be a reflex action. I don't want to have to think about how I'm drawing or how to change a mag or how I'm going to run from one position to the other. I really just want to do it. A lot of the things I do are set up in a similar fashion. The wrestling world. Most of the time I can be in a ring with somebody and just know what they're thinking just by being in the ring with them. By experience. So dry firing is a similar thing. And I also got another question. Is what I'm doing real, or is it an airsoft, or if I'm shooting an airsoft something? This is a real gun. I do shoot United States Practical Shooting Association. I shoot in the production division. I also shoot in the carry optic division. And yes, it is very, very real. It's a fun, fast-paced sport, and it is a sport. I'm not out there trying to be all tactical and stuff like this and train that way. There are a lot of people that do that, and congrats to them. But for me, this is a sport that I really found that I enjoy. It doesn't take a whole lot of depending on other people to do it. I guess that's one reason why I enjoy it, and two, I can go all out. I can run as fast as I want. I can shoot as fast as I want. And it's only really me that's accountable for how I perform. So I can't go in the cooking world, which some of I'm a professional chef, professional wrestler, musician. When you're a musician and a chef, you depend on other people to make your world and what you're doing awesome. And you got I'm always thankful for that. That those people stand by my side. But this is something I can do on my own and enjoy myself and do it by myself, really, because when you step up the line and that buzzer goes off, I mean, it's all about you in that moment and trying to have a good stage, have a good because it's a sport, I mean, they've been doing this for I don't know 100 years, so there's a lot of great shooters out there, and it's just fun. It's like running with scissors. Everything your mom and dad told you not to do. Well, now you can do it with a gun. So as long as you don't, point it at anybody or do anything stupid, we have pretty strict rules. Not really strict rules, but we have pretty good safety rules. So as long as you don't do anything foolish, you're good to go. So, but back to the dry fire thing. Dry fire, airsoft guns, dry fire. Let me stop. Dry fire is all about mechanics. Learning how to load a gun without thinking about it. Because the last thing you want to do is go out on the range and spend $1,000 and not learn anything. So I do most of my training dry fire. I do about 8 to 10 hours a week of dry fire. I'll load this thing, several hundred times a week, and I'll pull the trigger probably a couple thousand times a week. Just looking for every little flaw that I'm doing with the gun. You always, me, I'm always looking for the sight picture. Front sight, back sight, equal height, equal light. A lot of that stuff is done right here. And a lot of it I can do right here with these props behind me. So I don't go to the range and waste my time or waste a lot of money. Because if you know anything about shooting sports, if you know anything about shooting in general, it is very, very expensive, and you don't want to waste your money. So it's about the mechanics and learning how to use the gun and the gear in an efficient way. Because in the world of competitive shooting, everything is down to a thousandth of a second. Me and the two guys that I'm shooting against, or the dozen guys I'm shooting against, we're all trying to shoot our best and make as very little mistakes as possible. And secretly, we're hoping the other guy makes more mistakes than we do, so we can get the stage win and maybe eventually get a match win. So, me personally, I do a lot of dry fire, and then I switch over to an airsoft gun. I shoot this about 8 to 10 hours a week, and I shoot this about, I'd say, anywhere from 4 or 5 hours a week. I do it 3 times a week for sure. With airsoft guns today, they're very real looking. This is about like shooting a little less than shooting a 22. This is a 2011 style gun, the big mag well on it. Anything they make for that, they make for this. For me, it's a step up to go from here to dry fire to here to live fire. Anything I try here, I can automatically do here, and I can come out here and shoot. I can shoot the plates or whatever, and work on my accuracy and all that before I go to the range. There's not really been any negative to it, honestly. I seem to be pretty comfortable going from here to here, back to here, and my budget really thanks me for it. I can shoot this for a couple, 3 hours, and it costs me maybe $20. I shoot this for a couple, 3 hours, it costs me, $500. So, every time I go to a match, it's a minimum of 300 rounds, and it turns into be some serious money over a very short period of time. With the airsoft thing, I can reuse the BBs. I just come out here and sweep them up, clean them up, put them back in the pail, and load them up again. It costs me $20 for 40 tubes of CO2. So it's like 50 cents a magazine, and I get roughly 100 shots out of a magazine. For CO2 wise, it's got a blowback action on it, so every time I fire the trigger, it works like a real gun. On some of these, the trigger, we can set them up to where they're similar. I think it's a very excellent training tool, dry fire, airsoft training, and then live fire, and then go to the competitions. So physically, I'm really working on my physical aspect right now. I've got this where I want it. I do a lot of drills throughout the week. I do a lot of training. I do a lot of freestyle kind of drills. Just things that are fun too. But physically, I'm trying to get fit because I believe that matches are probably going to be won or lost on moving from A to B and B to C. As quickly and as efficiently as possible. I'd like to go shoot with the big boys. I don't want to sound arrogant when I say that, or sound like I'm super serious, but I am kind of serious about it. I'm pretty serious about it, but I do it for fun first, and if it turns out to be something really cool and a lot of fun, then, I'll keep doing it, I see myself doing this for the long term, so I want to be the best that I can be right now, so, and that's why I do so much training, and, looking forward to going to some big matches this year. I got about 28 matches this year. Some local, some regional, some state. I'm hoping to go to nationals as well. So, I'm very excited. And this is the ultimate adrenaline rush. Without taking any substance. So it's a lot of fun. If you ever shot a gun and you get off on that kind of thing, practical pistol shooting is is that step up from just going to the range and just, you know, unloading your gun and walking away with the hair standing on the back of your neck. This, you get to do it by time, by score, you know, and you got to be quick and you got to have fun, you know. Most important thing about all this stuff is, you know, a little tip is you really want to stay down to earth. You want to have fun. You meet a lot of great people on the ranges when you're shooting these competitions, and you know, from all walks of life. You know, when you got construction workers and cops and chefs and, you know, just everybody. So, you know, having a good spirit, having a good attitude will take you a long way. You know, I've got to shoot some really cool guns that, you know, that belong to other shooters. You know, I got to shoot an open gun, I got to shoot a limited gun. You know, and those aren't opportunities that I would have any other time. You know, being a production guy and a carry optic guy, getting to shoot an open gun. You know, we're talking like, you know, this is a $4,000 gun. I'm not investing $4,000, at least at this point, for a gun. You know, but I got my $1,000 gun and I'm good to go. You know, but you know, you get these opportunities to, you know, meet great people, shoot really great stuff, and have fun and challenge yourself. You know, mentally and physically. You know, it's chess at 200 miles an hour, so you know, it's a lot of fun. So, you know, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the range. Oh, no.